Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couch of the Dead. Today, we have a great show for you as we get to the ooey gooey center of a movie that we watched on Shudder called Marshmallow.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead. And we are back.
Hello.
So before we get into this movie, 2025's Marshmallow that we watched on Shudder, we have, a little change on set today. I gotta say, my co-host's hair is looking a little more ginger than normal.
Ginger. I was going for fire.
So she's a ginger goth. So she really has no soul. And whatever soul she has is super dark.
Wow. So, no, not ginger. I was going for, fire, blood, something like that. But Marshmallow, we will get to it in a second. But first, what is the creepy cocktails of tonight?
Well, tonight's creepy cocktail for me is I'm finishing this off, my pineapple moonshine from our local moonshine company that is at our local farmers market. That is Hillbilly Hooch, and the stuff is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Goes down smooth, little too smooth.
It's very strong. I am also drinking Hillbilly Hooch moonshine. My flavor is strawberry lemonade, and it is really, really strong, but really, really good.
Well, before we get into the review, I want to say thank you to all the people that have been watching us. Even if you're not big horror movie fans and you know us, just subscribe, do all the cool stuff, all our socials down here, and all that stuff. We're trying to continue to put out cool content for you guys, especially you horror movie fans. But, if you're not a horror movie fan yourself and you know one, send them our way.
Yeah. We try to keep up with our socials. We comment and we give shout outs. And our YouTube, we are, I think, up to 45 subscribers. Yay.
Getting there, creeping our way up. But we genuinely do this because we love horror movies and we love talking about horror movies. We got bored just talking about them with each other. And, it's kind of like, if you have something you love, you want to share it. And so that's what we're doing with you guys. So we hope you appreciate it. Shout out to our viewer who shouted out my King's X hat. Because King's X is the greatest band that nobody ever knew about.
And one more update is I hope you are appreciating the new camera. We got a little bit of a better podcasting video camera for us here. And I hope
we
that
moved
you can
up a
see
K.
us. Yeah, I hope you can see us a little clearer now.
Yeah. We've done a lot of experimentation with technology, with the microphones, with the cameras. We're learning.
Yeah, it's a curve. But Marshmallow.
So anyway, Marshmallow. So this is we saw this on Shudder.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So if you have Shudder, definitely watch it. I think you'll find it interesting. I'm sure we will go through our individual. We didn't actually talk about whether we liked it or not.
No, because I figured we'd do it live on here and get a raw reaction, and
Mm-hmm.
so
So here's from IMDb. When a once fabled campfire tale becomes real, a group of campers uncover a profound secret that questions their very existence.
so this movie for me, the way it started out, kind of had me worried because I was kind of like, man, this is like the prototypical archetypal
Camp.
summer camp
Mm-hmm.
slasher movie. But I think it kind of did it on purpose that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your counselors are the
Very
total
stereotypical.
stereotypical camp
Mm-hmm.
counselors, as well as a lot of the campers
Mm-hmm.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
You're wondering, okay,
well,
what's this movie really about?
well, I was waiting for it to be a slasher,
Mm-hmm.
and about probably almost like
Almost 3 ways of
60% of the way through
yeah.
the movie, I was kind of like, man, this better go somewhere,
Yeah.
and it does.
Yeah.
It
But
does. It takes a nice little twist, and I was pleasantly surprised. So let's, tell us about some of the people that are
yeah.
in this movie.
So director Daniel, and I'm gonna butcher this last name, Del Purgatorio. It almost sounds purgatory.
Yeah, I wrote it. I wrote it down phonetically for you.
Okay.
Cause she don't talk so good sometimes.
Wow. Okay, and starring Georgia Wiggum, Corbin
Burnson.
and Q Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Q.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. KUE. And I knew I recognized Corbin Burnson. Big fan of Corbin Burnson obviously from Major League, as the veteran third baseman Roger Dorn, who gets his contract pissed on, and Corbin Burnson will always be Roger Dorn for me.
So Morgan Q Lawrence. I had never seen. He's the kid. I've never seen him before, but I have seen Georgia Wiggum. You mentioned that she is in that TED TV show that
Which
they did.
which I think only lasted a season. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
anything
thought it was
else.
funny.
She was the daughter in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also looks like that one other girl that's been in. It's the second girl now in Ready or Not, too.
I don't know.
She looks
All
like
us
her.
white people look the same.
Yeah. So that's what we have now. We have a group. The group of campers are Morgan, Dirk, Raj, Pilar, Caroline, and Sam, and then we have the counselors. And I'm only saying this because he wrote it here. I guess I have to say it. But the counselors we have.
Yeah, we kind of want to introduce the players before we get into it.
We got the counselors are Rachel, Kazwar, Avery, Franklin, Lori, and Hugh.
And they are all
Very
super
stereotypical.
stereotypical.
Oh
You
my
have like
God.
the jock,
Yeah.
the slut.
The token
Yeah.
black guy.
Yeah,
The
the
pothead.
you have the one
the black
who's
girl.
really serious, Rachel.
Rachel.
You
She's
know,
the bossy.
and then we have Hugh, who is the adult, the older guy who's kind of like the head counselor.
Yes.
So, I think without further ado,
Before we get into spoilers, did you like the movie or did you not?
yeah, did anybody see this? Because I hadn't gone through Shudder in a while, but
Well-
because we had other movies on our list, so we were
Yes.
just kind of looking for one. And when you mentioned this to me, I'm like, I never heard of
I
this.
belong to a whole bunch of different groups of horror fans, and this was picked up a few times, enough that it piqued my interest. I went in completely blind, as I always try to do, and without having much knowledge or having seen a trailer. So, we have with us.
Ooh, Necrokitty. I gotta
Necrokitty.
tickle his butt and make him glow.
Are you sure? I thought I saw him glowing already.
No, he wasn't. I think his batteries are dead.
Is he dead? Wait, he was already dead. That's okay.
Necrokitty has left the building.
Necrokitty.
And so, oh, no, wait. Everything's backwards. Okay, we have the skulls of our vanquished enemies. And we have Nosferatu back this week.
We rescued him from the unknown.
The other day, I think it was when we were doing the Christmas movie.
No.
I don't remember. But he just wasn't liking it, and he just tried to off himself and just jump off the back of the couch.
That was from the previous episode.
Yeah, and we have Art the Clown.
We love Art.
With us. Yeah, we're
my favorite.
waiting for Terrifier 4. So, without further ado, we are going to spoil this movie for you. So, if you want to watch it, go watch it now. And then
come back.
Tell us if you think you're as cool as us and you thought about this movie, what we thought about this movie. So, we are going to get into spoilers. All right, so
yes.
Marshmallow.
Yum. Did you like toasted marshmallows?
I like my marshmallows like I like my women, just slightly golden brown. Mm-hmm. So anyway, okay, so we open up where we meet Morgan, and Morgan's probably what? 10, 11, 12 years old, you would think. Right around there, that awkward age.
11, 12.
Yeah. And he's having a nightmare. Oof. And all of his nightmares involve a lot of water. Mm-hmm. He's drowning. Somebody else is drowning.
Or water is gushing,
just
spilling.
Water, Helen, water.
Water, Helen.
You know, stuff like that. And at one point, in this nightmare, his stomach just like splits open and water just starts like gushing out of his stomach. And
it was pretty good nightmare.
So a lot of this movie is just establishing Morgan's character, and Morgan is a bit of an outcast. Yeah. He's a bit of a dork, a nerd. Nothing wrong with them, but that's his arc.
Yeah.
In the movie. And, he's watching.
Doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, he's watching the neighborhood kids just, like, toss a basketball back and forth.
Hey, he was brave enough to go over there and try to, get in the game with them.
Yeah, and they gave him the basketball and then
they
just
called him
got on their bikes and rode away. Yeah. And a funny thing about the kids riding their bikes, we'll get to that in a second. But his grandfather, who is Roy, played by Corbin Burnson, is watching him and kind of feels bad for him, and you get the sense that Roy has a really good relationship with Morgan. And so they're at dinner and they're later that night, and they're talking about camp. And Mom is like, "Hey, camp's gonna be good for you," and Grandpa Roy, which I aspire to be the kind of grandpa he is just like, yeah, wouldn't it be good to get away from these assholes for the summer? It's going to be really
to the
cool.
Parents also and the kids outside, but at some point he referred to the parents like, you'll be away from this too, and
yeah. And Roy kind of as a gesture gives Morgan his pocket knife, like a Swiss Army knife, and they shoot so close up into it, we were both like, well, that's gonna come back later in this movie. And
even Bear knew that.
Yeah. I don't even know. Oh yeah, you can kind of see him. He's
he wants to come up.
That fuzzy thing.
Okay.
And
Hi, baby.
So Roy gets up from the table and starts walking away, and basically has a heart attack and he dies.
He's done.
Yep. And we see a little bit later at the funeral, Morgan sitting there, and he, again, close-up shot of the pocket knife.
All alone also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Morgan decides, well, I'm going to go to camp. So now we have Camp Almar. And we see the counselors getting ready, getting everything set up, and it's
rolling up a joint.
It's a montage. It's a motherfucking montage. a montage. And I started to realize how many montages there really are in horror movies since I started singing that song.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, the prototypical camp counselors. We have the jock, the pothead, the serious one, all the stuff she talked about before we got into spoilers. And like the jock sitting there with no shirt and he's doing hammer curls and
And
you
making
know,
out with a
yeah,
black
and the
girl
slut's like, oh my god, you're so hot, and it's they start making out, and you know, it's just typical. Then the campers start filing in, they start getting their badges, and the parents are dropping them off, and
everything's very standard.
it's like an
Everything, nothing really,
orientation,
yeah,
yeah.
nothing is really, yeah, jumping out at us at this
And,
time.
and at one point, we questioned when this movie took place.
Yes.
Because
there's a boombox.
Well, at one point, Morgan had an iPad.
I know
what
he
looked
did.
like an iPad.
He definitely
but
did.
We thought it was in the 80s at first because there were kids riding bicycles around, and other than us, nobody rides bicycles anymore.
No, but and he also he had like a very ugly haircut, and I'm like, that has to be in the 80s. But then the iPad,
we just saw two movies with some of the worst haircuts with the Empty Man.
Yes.
With Amanda in The Empty Man that had that bowl haircut, and then Morgan popped it out. I'm like, man, who is cutting these kids' hair?
Oh,
like,
goodness.
who? Yeah.
But we later confirm it is not in the 80s.
No, it's not. Well, well, the next thing that had me questioning was then we meet Dirk, and Dirk is a little bit heavier, and the counselor's making fun of him, calling him like Doink. And he has an iPod, not an iPad, an iPod. So I'm like, when is this taking place? That he's listening to, and he's listening to like self-help. He's like
encouraging
Stuart,
thing.
yeah, like you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you, And the counselor takes it from him. He's like, no electronics, and he's like, I got a doctor's note for it. Too bad. No electronics at camp, and
no tech.
Nope. And so Morgan, at this point, he introduces himself to Dirk, and they form a pretty quick friendship because they can tell they're both, kind of like on the wrong side of popular. And he also meets Pilar. We're fine. So now we kind of begin our stereotypical camp activities. And the first thing they do is a swim test, and we find out that Morgan can't swim.
Well, not that he can't swim, that he won't do water.
Well, no, we find out later he can't swim. So he's kind of being made fun of, so it's like back of the line. So he goes to the back line and gets tripped by CJ, who is his roommate.
His
And you can tell he's evil because he's ginger. CJ,
was he ginger?
Yeah, he's pretty ginger.
Oh, I thought he had like light brown hair.
Nah,
everything is ginger to him. I think he's colorblind. He didn't even see the color before. He didn't think it was red.
So he gets tripped by CJ the ginger, and everybody's kind of laughing at him, and CJ gets pulled into the counselor's office, the head counselor. And Hugh's like, we have zero tolerance for bullying. That's when we knew this movie was not taking place in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because they had 100% tolerance for bullying in the 80s.
And the boys, they were really like back talking. And say what you want about the 80s. Yes, there was a lot of bullying. And yes, and no, there
Dude would have got his ass whooped in the 80s.
Exactly. By the counselor. But he really like him and his other friend were really like back talking, back to the counselor and cursing and whatever, and that's just doesn't, that sounds more like now.
So we get
Fucking kids.
to our obligatory campfire with an acoustic guitar and
Kumbaya.
yeah,
No,
and
they didn't sing Kumbaya.
so Morgan now has started. He's hanging out with a group of kids who
Mhm.
are you call them nerdy,
Or
you know,
like the losers.
or
call 'em.
outcasts. You know, everybody else is calling them losers, but he's formed a friendship
Yeah.
with these kids, and they're pretty tight, and they
Yeah.
seem like pretty cool with each other.
Mhm.
And of course,
The one
everybody's like,
scary.
somebody tell a scary story,
Mhm.
and it was tell a story about the
The
doctor.
doctor.
So we find out that, well, the doctor, the story of the doctor is that at one time in that campground, there was a whole bunch of cabins throughout the woods. And in the one cabin lived a doctor. And he was just a normal doctor by day. But by night, all the time, he'd go down into his basement. And nobody knew what he was doing down there. And his wife got curious one day and found all kinds of mangled bodies sewn together. And the doctor didn't want his family. He wanted his family to be together forever. So he sewed his wife and his children all up together in kind of like a bastardized human centipede kind of deal. Yeah. And so then the one counselor, I'm gonna call him Kashmir because of the Led Zeppelin song, he pops out and scares everybody. This is typical camp stuff that's going on right now. And so Morgan is in his cabin again, and he has another dream or vision or hallucination about water.
Yes.
Oh no, he was on the
he
shitter.
He went
was
to
in
the
the shitter.
bathroom in the middle
He was
of the
taking
night.
a crap, and if
Yeah.
you take a good enough crap, it will make you hallucinate. So
Oh my God.
he gets up, and
And when
as
he's
walking
leaving
out of the
out,
shitter,
yeah.
he sees someone come out of the cabin, and it's like in a white suit with like a black kind of apron-ish
With
and a
a-
black mask with a
with a light,
huge
big
like
light.
headlamp, like an 8 billion
Definitely
lumen.
very suspicious.
Well,
Very scary for a kid.
Well, yeah. Well, it's current time, so I think they say sus.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what the cool people say, is sus. And he's like, well, this isn't normal, because this was in Morgan's cabin, because he was in the shitter.
Right.
The shitter's full, and he runs into
runs away
into the counselor's cabin. Tells him, what he's seen, and Franklin kind of is like, dude, it's gonna be okay. And Franklin seems like a really cool counselor, and he walks him back to his cabin and tells him like, hey, everything's okay. We looked through it, nothing to worry about. So now we've established that there might be something sinister around. Yeah, sinister, nefarious. And so, boom, next day. And
Next day.
Well, Morgan and Pilar make a reading date. Yeah. So,
Because they both like reading.
Yeah, you can tell, like, Morgan's like, yeah, and
Okay, they're just kids.
yeah,
And
I know, but still. So his friends are busting his ass about it and stuff like that. And now we have a whole big, like, activity montage. Like camp stuff, like bow and arrow and rowing and all the stuff camps
the fun
do.
Stuff, yes.
And we're pretty, like, we're getting into this movie pretty good now.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, we know the shit people do at camp. Like, can we get kind of moving along here? And we're at night, and Morgan is alone in his cabin because his roommate CJ just kind of like flips his shit.
Yeah, he did, and
just walks out.
And he pushed him back.
I think we have a rogue cat out there somewhere.
Kitty cat. Oh.
Our cat is very interested in a rogue kitty cat outside.
Aww.
So, anywho,
Back to it.
ancient Chinese filmmaker, focus.
Stop it. Okay, go.
So,
Woo! He's okay.
so Franklin comes into the cabin, and Morgan's alone in the cabin. Morgan's like, "Can I get a new roommate?" And of course, now we have. I didn't put the soundproofing thing in here. Now we have somebody's car alarm going off.
Yes, you
And-
see? You see?
Yep. And Franklin kind of calms him down. He's like, "Everything's gonna be okay."
Yeah, but he says something very sus, because he said, "Don't worry, we just had to reset him. He should be good." Right?
Yeah, he needs a reset.
Or he needs a reset.
Yeah, which was kind of weird. They're like, yeah, we just need to talk to him, get him under control, and he needs a reset.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day is when the shit really starts to hit the fan.
Hit the fan, yes.
And Morgan and Pilar are talking about how weird CJ was acting, the roommate. And CJ shows up and it's kind of like, "Hey, can we talk? I'm sorry. And you're thinking, okay, maybe he got that reset.
maybe
like
he did get
maybe
the
they
reset.
did something to him. But then he turns on him and
When they were all alone, they were by the dock,
yep.
and he pushes Morgan into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan cannot swim. That's when we, definitely realize he cannot swim, and he's just like, and then one of his friends.
Well, that was Raj.
Who's Raj?
Comes up. That was Morgan's.
Oh, Raj.
One of Morgan's friends in the
Yes.
friend group comes up and is like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And
Right.
CJ
And he, like,
proceeds
stood up
to
to him.
beat the
I mean,
living fuck
so bad
out of
Like,
Raj.
It was non-stops, hitting, punching him
All
and
the
punching
time,
him,
Morgan's drowning.
yeah. Obviously, everybody else runs out, and someone jumps to get Morgan, and someone.
Well, and
stops
as one of the
the
counselors is
punching.
reaching into the water to get Morgan, Morgan has a vision of his grandfather
Mm-hmm.
that's popped up a couple times in his dreams and
dreams.
hallucinations of his grandfather reaching into the
out.
water and
Yeah.
pulling him out.
Right.
Which comes back to,
Mm-hmm.
not be huge, but it comes back. And so they pull Morgan out of the water and give him some CPR, and he's okay, considering, that he almost died. He's like, "But did you die?"
But did you
No,
die?
he didn't. And so we go to, now it's nighttime again, and the kids are out playing flashlight tag. And Morgan's just sitting in his cabin watching the kids play flashlight tag. And this is when the head counselor, Hugh, comes into Morgan's cabin and starts talking about, what they're going to do with CJ. And that CJ just needs a reset. That's when he mentioned CJ needs a reset.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive. Because I was the one taking notes on this movie. So I know when shit happened. And
Yeah. And he also
and
gave
the-
him.
well, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, they should have called the police. Like, this was
Absolutely.
literally like assault and attempted murder.
Absolutely.
And-
To two different kids.
So when
And if that would have been my kid, Morgan, I would have wanted to be called and told about my kid almost dying.
so now we know something weird's happening when they don't really do anything about CJ. They just say he needs a reset. And you're like, hey, what?
And the one thing that got me a little even more suspicious is when Hugh, the head counselor, gives him a hot cocoa, because now it is maybe the third night that we are seeing hot cocoa being pushed to the kids.
Yeah, and the counselors are going really hard on these kids
Yes.
at night about, hey, drink your cocoa, put
Yep,
your
don't
cups there.
forget to drink it.
Yeah,
and
you have to
da-da-da-da-da.
drink it because we can't pour it out because it'll kill
It'll kill the trees.
all the trees. And I'm like thinking, you got sinks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're really going
And
hard on getting these kids
and
to
I did
drink the cocoa.
notice that none of the nights Morgan ended up drinking his for one reason or another, and he didn't drink this night either. And every night he's been waking up or having to go to the bathroom or whatever. And every night something has happened.
Yeah, and now Morgan's trying to get some rest, and he now has like a super hardcore dream slash hallucination of some more water, but he's sitting at the dining room table with his grandfather, and the water is like up to the same level as the table. And the grandfather has said a couple times, "I get to see
Good to
you
see
now,"
you now.
in these visions.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says it again, and the grandfather is a little kind of evilly at this point in this vision.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we find out, like, when Morgan wakes up, we see the cocoa. He didn't drink the cocoa, so didn't drink the Kool-Aid. And he sees lights flickering in another cabin. So this is when stuff starts ramping up. So he decides to investigate, and he goes into this cabin, and he sees like a grate on the floor and sees like bright flickering lights.
Mm-hmm.
He sees a door with lights around the door, and there's like a grinding noise that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
hears.
The grinding noise was
Yeah.
what probably prompted him to continue to investigate, even though that would have been what probably kept me away. But here he goes.
So he goes into this room, and it's a super bright white lit room with plastic sheets hanging down.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees CJ
Mm-hmm.
laying on
On
the
the table.
table,
Mm-hmm.
mutilated and sewn up kind of crudely, a la
Looked
the
like
doctor's legend. And he kind of spins around, sees some other kids, and then we got our guy in the hazmat suit with the
Big
black
light.
apron and the big light, pops out of this room, and CJ tries to run away, and the guy grabs him, and he turns around. Here comes a pocket knife, opens up the pocket knife, stabs
him on the
homeboy in the foot,
Mm-hmm.
and runs away. And as he's running away, he sees more people, on the table and stuff like that. This is all kind of lining up now with the campfire story about the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So now we think, okay, there's a maniac loose on camp, and he's recreating he is the doctor. This is kind of what you're led to believe. I hope I don't need my glasses. I just knocked them over. And he goes into the cabin with his friends, and his friends are like, "The doctor's not real, man. Like, it's just a story. You're just seeing stuff,
Yeah. But he goes in there and he starts telling them what they saw, and then suddenly didn't he
Yeah, well, this guy in the suit pops into the cabin, and at this point, like, he picked a couple things. He had a couple things to choose from in his little lair, and he got basically what was like a cattle prod, and he starts cattle prodding people, and he goes after the kids.
Yep.
And they kind of push him out of the way, and they go running out of the cabin. But the one kid got cattle prodded, and so
I don't know about you, but at this point I am all over the place in my head. First of all, what? He's not afraid of being caught. Now all the kids are gonna be out and screaming, and the counselors are gonna come out. So something is up. Something doesn't make sense. It's not mathing. But that's the kids start.
yeah,
out,
you're still led to believe this is like a single person,
Well, yeah,
a
no,
maniac,
absolutely, but
whatever,
what's
like,
going on?
who is
Like-
this, and what's going on.
So the kids are also like screaming, and other kids are coming out of their cabins. And what? You okay?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Other kids are coming out of their cabins and they're getting prodded, and it's just a chaos.
And the counselor, our head counselor Rachel, she's like, if anybody can hear me, the sound of my voice, like, come into the mess hall.
And so a bunch of kids obviously start
Yep.
going that way because it's safety.
Uh-huh.
But not our kids, because they're smarter.
No, and at one point Franklin gets in front of this guy. We'll call him the maniac. He gets in front of the maniac and is like, whoa, 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 Lois, this isn't my Batman
He's
class.
a maniac. Maniac.
And the maniac just pushes him over, and all of a sudden Franklin just goes unconscious. I'm like, did he kill him? He just pushed him over. Like, what the hell?
Well, my first thought was he hit a rock. He hit his head with a rock.
Yeah. Now a
'Cause
lot
we
of
are
the
in the woods after all.
yeah. Now a lot of the kids are in the mess hall
Mm-hmm.
with the counselors at this point.
Yep.
But our kids are in the boathouse.
Right. They were able to get away.
And they start formulating a plan to go,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's get a boat. We're in the boathouse. Let's get a boat. Let's row across the lake and get out of here. And Dirk's like, yo, don't you guys know that like my boy Morgan, doesn't like the water? Now at that point, I'd have been like, you're in a boat. You're gonna be fine. Just get in the fucking boat and suck it up, Buttercup.
No, the kid definitely had some issues with water. So he tells the story because they were prodding.
Well, yeah, Pilar was like, what's your deal
Like,
with
what's
water
the deal?
anyway?
Yeah, and he tells his story that when they used to have a pool at their old house, and he fell in and got tangled with the vacuum, the pool vacuum, with the long hose, and he got kind of tangled, pulled down, and if it wasn't because of his grandpa,
I almost drowned. Wah.
his grandpa got him out, and
Which explains our visions now of Grandpa
always
reaching
reaching out
and
into the water and
pulling him.
getting him out.
Or did he?
So
Dom dom dom.
they all like, okay, I get it. That's traumatic enough, and so they.
You know how many
decide-
times I almost died when I was
Oh,
a
yeah,
kid
me
doing
too.
stupid shit? Didn't traumatize me. I'm fine.
Yep, define fine.
Uh-huh.
So they decide not to go, but regardless, they get interrupted by.
Well, now there's a knock on the cabin door, and we think it's the maniac, but it's not. It's Kashmir, our jock.
And they were all hiding anyway.
Yeah,
Because
and he's got a baseball bat because you think, well, he's gonna take out the maniac,
right.
Because he's full of testosterone and he's ready to roll. And so one of our kids runs out to him and he grabs him and goes, okay, let's get out of here. And as soon as they walk out the door, he basically gives the kid to the maniac. Maniac cattle prods the kid's down. So we know now
That at least
Kashmir
is in on it.
is in on it. His name's not Kashmir.
No, it's Kazwar or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm calling him Kashmir.
Sure.
Kashmir is in on it. So now all of a sudden we're like, oh, okay, something's different now. Like the counselor, at least one of these counselors knows the maniac. And
And
you're
is in on
like,
it.
okay, now things are starting to get a little interesting. And
The other kids are not stupid. They escape.
yeah. Well, in the meantime, then the rest of the kids are in the mess hall. And the maniac just walks into the mess hall, and we see a pretty cool shot of him just like the windows like lighting up as he's walking
Yes.
by, because this
But
maniac
Rachel was there.
Yeah.
And Rachel tell the kids, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. But he lets the maniac
And the maniac
go
just
in.
starts zapping and cattle prodding
prodding
the
every
fuck
single
out
kid.
of these kids.
So now we know. And then at the same time, we have one of the friends. I forget her name. I forget her name, but one of the friends,
One of the friends.
and she starts running away in through the woods.
That would be Caroline.
Mm. And she,
Sounds of the city. Popo. 5-0 on the scene. Bring everything you got.
or maybe it's just an ambulance. The ambulance.
Amberlance.
Ambulance. So Caroline starts running away through the woods, and of course we get the falling down the ravine kind of shot.
And she breaks the shit out of her ankle.
Yeah,
Like bones sticking through.
Yeah, something gnarly. And then, but she finally gets to the road, and there's a cop car, and obviously she stops a cop car. Cop woman comes out and tries to calm her down, gets her back in the car, and I'm thinking, I think she's also in on it.
No, you didn't. You didn't think that. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the rest of our friends got out of the boathouse, and Franklin gives them the code to get into the main office.
The main office for them to call.
To call out and get on the phone. So you're thinking, okay, Franklin's trying to help these kids. Mm-hmm. And so the kids get into the office, and the phone's not working.
No, there's actually a recording on the phone, on the regular phone, and it said something along the lines of, we have received your message. A team is on their way to your location, and something like that. It just kept repeating over and over again. So at this point, I'm thinking there is something that this camp is that it's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and while they're in there, they see a file on the desk, and it's a file of CJ. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of like, why do they have like personnel files? Of
that
these,
doesn't make
these
sense.
Kids.
Back in where we have like all the other counselors, they're all gathering together.
Yep. After all the kids got zapped to high hell, and the man in the suit, our hazmat suit, walks in, takes off his mask very nonchalantly,
Like
and it's our pothead counselor.
Yep.
So we're like, okay, counselors are all in on this now.
All of them.
So now it's taking a turn, and
then Hugh comes in.
Well, now you start to think, okay, why would these counselors do this? Like, how is this working that these counselors would do this and zap all these kids and possibly kill these kids and do this, but have parents bring the kids back every year?
Yeah, every year. And they all seem very...
Because we found out that some of these kids, this isn't their first year at this camp. So you're like, okay, what is going on here?
Yeah, and some of these counselors are quite nice to these kids during the day.
Yep, and they're talking. Rachel's kind of like, okay, this isn't good.
Yeah,
there's still 4 of them left. Like, this is
we gotta get them, and
Yep.
And she says we gotta get them. The sunlight is almost out. Like,
yep,
huh?
And Franklin kind of appears to have a conscience about the whole thing, because he sent them to like the head counselor's office, gave him the code and everything like that, and so. Now we're back with the kids in the head counselor's office, and our jock, Kashmir, is trying to break in. And Dirk is like, hey, I got you guys. I got, this dude's mine. And he tells everybody else to run. And as Kashmir's like running for the door, Dirk opens it, and Kashmir just like eats himself over the desk.
That was funny.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, doink, and Dirk hits Kashmir in the face with a baseball bat. It's like, my name's Dirk, not doink.
Yeah.
The name's Bob, not Blob. Smart ass. Get a boy to do a man's work. That's from Rad. Any of our viewers have ever seen the movie Rad, let me know. Greatest BMX movie ever.
Yeah. So, I believe this is when Pilar and Morgan were able to see a very specific file on Morgan.
Well, that's a little bit later because our cop
Mm.
goes rolling up to Rachel with our one friend in the back and basically turns her right over to the maniac and gets zapped. So you're like, oh, now the cop's in on it too. Like everybody's in on this.
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
whole
yeah,
operation.
what is going on? And Rachel gets on the radio and says to initiate Operation Rollback.
Yeah.
And so we see a whole bunch of white vans because nothing good ever comes out of a white van rolling up
It wasn't candy.
to the scene. No. I've gotten in candy vans and it was awesome.
Yes. So do now
I earned
Morgan
my
and
candy.
Pilar find the files on
Yes.
themselves?
Yep.
So the files, he's looking at his own file and he sees that there's a DOB, which he knows to be the
Date of birth.
date of birth. But then he sees another one,
It says DOD.
DOD.
They're like, what does DOD mean?
And we both like right away, oh, date of death.
Yeah.
Like,
So on CJ's file, they see a date of
a
death.
picture of,
Uh-huh.
of him dead on
Uh-huh.
a table.
Oh my God, we have the grossest dog ever. The dog doesn't know how to drink.
But he does too. His own in Morgan's.
Well, you're not told that. You just see him look at the file and scream.
Right.
So I said to you at one point, I'm like, okay, are these kids dead?
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a purgatory kind of thing? Is this all like a hallucination?
Hey, kind of like the director's last name.
I doubt that's his real last name.
So
And he also now kind of has a flashback again of his grandfather reaching into the pool, and we hear his grandfather again say, "Get to see you now."
Come say hi. You wanna come say hi?
Oh no, he don't want to do that. And the men in the hazmat suits are getting out of the van to collect these bodies. Because there's just kids like strewn about the forest. And all the counselors now are back at the cabin, and they're talking about the cocoa and how it didn't sedate people like it was supposed to.
Well, it just really puts them to sleep,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really like keeps them out. So because Hugh is arguing with Rachel that how is this happening, da 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 da, and Rachel is like, well, you know,
And they're kind of like, we've been doing this for years.
and this is the first time that this has happened, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So
So
suddenly-
they've been like fucking with kids for years.
yeah,
And through some of the conversation, we get that they've been experimenting / operating somehow on kids throughout the years.
right. But we don't know the whole thing until they
No.
tell the kid. Until
No. But now you're starting to question, like, okay, how are they doing this to kids and still running a camp year after year after year? Well, that's answered later. Oh, he'll be fine. And so Morgan now pops into the cabin
and Pilar.
with the counselor,
And they're
Morgan and
both-
Pilar.
and they're
and-
both carrying a cattle prod
Yeah,
thingy stick.
yeah. And Morgan's like, "Are we dead?
Are we dead?
Like, what the
Like,
hell's
what the
going
hell?
on?" So
I mean, I like that. Not beating around the bush.
yeah. So Hugh basically tells them, the whole story here, like
Oh, he wants to go up there.
that they're not dead, but they've never really been born, and they're not alive really, and they're not robots. Are they clones? And that their parents know about this.
Okay.
And we get the sense that Morgan might have died in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Morgan might have died in that pool,
Mm-hmm.
and that his parents maybe have tried to hire these people to
Well, they
recreate
did.
him.
They even asked, "Are we robots?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, not really."
These kids are somehow being programmed.
Right.
And again, they're not robots. They're not
Right.
clones.
Well, and the way that the what's his name explained to them, what's his name?
Franklin?
Yes, the way that Franklin explained it to them, because he was taking notes and I was really paying attention to what he was saying because I was trying to understand, is that somehow they are like a, not a clone but a part of who they were, because they have all the memories and everything. So, but they're also, it's like a synthetic kind of themselves. And every year, because they're not really 100% human, every year they have to go through an upgrade. So,
Which is why they go to camp.
They go to camp every year, and they grow a little bit more, their hair grows a little bit more, and their features, they get a little bit like, more adult, whatever. And he says, Morgan says something like, "Oh, do we have to do this like for the rest of our lives?" And he said, "Well, yeah. So after you're old enough, like you would do this every year, like if you're going to college trips and
college kids,
adult weekends or whatever it is." So it's like a program basically that needs to be upgraded every year.
They get an iOS
to continue,
update.
Yeah, to continue being alive. But they're neither alive nor dead. They're just exist, I guess, like a program. Yeah.
So Franklin's basically explaining them to this or explaining this to them.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about the people in the hazmat suits and the white vans are basically going to wipe out the last 24 hours of the memories of these kids that got cattle prodded.
Mm-hmm.
And that he then takes 2 mugs with cocoa in it, slides it to him, and basically goes, "Look, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either remember this, or basically you can drink the cocoa and you can forget about all this." We really don't know what they pick.
Well, because you kind of think at the end.
The next day, the kids are back at camp. Like nothing happened, doing camp stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of think maybe the movie's done there, but then we go into Hugh's office and he's on the phone with with corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And, excuse me,
we get the sense
they're basically like, something's going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You messed up, and all over the grid, camps all over the grid. So now there's more than this one camp.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are becoming hostile, and they're hurting people.
There's something wrong with the program, and they're actually like hostile. And we get a scene, a shot, in the water of some of the kids playing in the shallow area, but then we see like a body floating. Did you see that? Floating, and obviously he was dead. And then we also see another shot of the counselor, which we believe it was Rachel.
Yeah.
And she was...
Well, that's right after Pilar comes into Hugh's office
covered
in blood with a knife.
With a knife.
And we see some shots, and Rachel has been murdered, and presumably other people have been murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And she raises the knife and lunges at Hugh. And we cut. And the movie's over. So, this was... Most of this movie had to kind of unfold the way it unfolded. Going into it thinking it's kind of like a slasher, I'm like, let's get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
It did something really original though with it. talking about basically
Yes.
how this camp is basically like an upgrade for these people slash things. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
never really totally
No.
fleshed out as far as like
And
what
I
these
kind of
kids
like
are.
that. I
Yeah,
kind of like that. Hey, 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 buddy. Hey, get down. The dog and the cat are playing around the cables where we have all the mics
of course, because
and
they can't
hey,
play in a huge open room. They got to play right
right
here.
there. Hi, baby. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with the twist and even with the ending. It also gave it an open ending because you can go with a sequel with that. I don't know how far you can get with that, but you know, whatever they are, they're like part human and part not. So
Well,
killing
so
people.
so I think they did a really good job trying to do something different with like your
Yeah,
standard summer camp
yeah,
slasher,
yeah.
but the huge plot hole in this movie to me is if the counselors knew this
Mm-hmm.
and this was all set out that these kids got brought there by their parents for this upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
why the whole pretense of the summer camp?
Yeah,
Like why was it even necessary to have this guy with a cattle prod
yeah.
hunting these kids down when you probably just could have basically like really spiked all their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like with the cocoa,
Mm-hmm.
knocked them all out the first night, done the upgrade, implanted memories that they were at summer camp, and everybody moved on with their lives.
Yeah.
Like to me, a lot of it, the premise was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea was cool, and what they were trying to do with it was something different, was cool. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, it was like totally
Yeah.
unnecessary if you really think
I
about it.
agree. I agree. I think
Like it
it
made
was
for a
very
cool movie.
yeah. I think it was very original, and I say this all the time as horror movie fans, what we look for is originality, and this was very original, very outside the box. So we can appreciate that. However, yeah, the plot holes are there and they are
Yeah.
big because, yeah, I agree. Why can you just? I understand having all the kids in the same place at the same time, you know, as soon as they are getting registered for the weekend or whatever, just knock them out, just one by one, just knock them out and just put them in their individual rooms.
Do their reboot and then do like the summer camp thing if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do.
If
If
you
that's
were,
how you need to
if that's
implant the
what you
memory.
gotta do that, yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
there's no need to like put them to sleep for just like 5 to 8 hours and then run the risk of them getting up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's just
I feel like they had a really good concept
mhm.
and then kind of almost didn't know where to go with it.
Mhm.
They were like, okay, this is really cool idea, but it wasn't quite fully developed. I give them like major points
Oh
for
yeah,
trying
definitely.
something different. It was a really original,
Yeah.
really cool concept.
Yeah. I liked the whole twist of being them getting hostile and I guess you could see that starting with CJ and how he
Yeah,
was so hostile and like beating the other kid to a pulp where there was nothing there. So you could see that already there.
yeah,
Um yeah, and this is also how we knew obviously this wasn't in the 80s because the technology is more of a now, maybe even in the future.
yeah. No, it was present day. You would think,
Yeah.
but yeah, it A for effort,
Yeah.
probably like a solid C for execution.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so I guess maybe we'll we'll
Let's
we'll, we'll get on to our
yeah,
scores.
let's do that. So as always, we have three categories that we always rate our movies, the way that we review them. And the first category is
Well, we score on a scale of 1 to 5,
one to
one
five.
being the worst, 5
Mm-hmm.
being the best.
Oh, let's talk about one last thing. The title of the movie. When did you catch on to it?
Well,
Or are you still trying to?
well, no, there was one shot where they showed marshmallows in the cocoa.
Hmm.
But other than that, I was
They
like,
could have called it
I was like,
anything.
why the hell was this movie called Marshmallow? And maybe it was called Marshmallow because they didn't want to
Give it away.
do it called Clone Robot Kids at Camp, and really give the movie away.
Yeah, yeah. So again, let's go to the first category is the plot, and obviously this is what we think about the plot. What are your thoughts, and what is your score?
So I give the plot major points for originality. I think the tropiness, if that's a word, the predictability of the counselors in particular was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted the archetypes
Yeah.
because they were trying to fool these kids into thinking they were at summer camp. So they carried out the ruse perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But just the major whole of why did they have to do that? If they've been basically rebooting and guiding these kids and controlling these kids from day one, why did you need to go through all this in the first place? I'm still gonna give the plot a decent score because the concept was really original. So I'm going to give the plot 3 out of 5 cattle prods.
Oh, I was thinking that too. So for the same reasons, I agree exactly with everything that he just said. Very original. I like the concept. I wish, and it was executed okay. Um, there
The-
were some holes that needed to be filled, but I can't be so picky when it's such an original concept. So, for that reason, I will give it 3 um, laced hot cocoa.
What?
Laced.
Lazed? That's not even a word.
Like poison hot cocoa.
Laced.
I
laced.
just said that.
You said lazed.
Okay, I just said the same thing you just said.
No, I did. No, you didn't. That was not
Okay,
the same.
poisoned hot cocoa. How about that? Yeah? Sleepy hot cocoa?
Anyway. Okay, so the next category is acting and directing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this was the acting was pretty good. They had some decent performances. A lot of kids in this movie, and they did a pretty good job. They were believable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was anything outstanding, but it was serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it again another 3 out of 3 cattle prods.
The only thing that I had an issue with, and I don't know if I should put it in this category or not, but the writing. Some of the conversations for the kids, some of the lines, I guess, for the kids didn't seem genuine. Some of the things
I thought they
that
were a little advanced.
Yes,
For their age.
For their age, I think that's what it was.
Hey, kids are smarter now. What are you saying? Kids are dumb?
No. It has nothing to do with the being smart or not. I just think that maybe either use older kids or use less mature talking. Yeah.
But remember, they weren't kids. They
You're
were
right.
cyber clone kid animatronic.
Yes, but they had their memories
devil,
and everything that
demon
makes them.
children.
No, they weren't even. Everything that makes them who they were, that's what they were made out of. So
Yeah.
so I think that was a little off. It did put me off a few times that I was thinking that's not how kids kind of. So for that reason, I'll give it a 3, which is still a really good score. 3 poison hot cocoa.
3 hot cocoa lasers.
Our last category is rewatchability, and obviously, this is if you feel like you need to watch this again to catch something that you missed, or if it's such a fun movie that you just really want to watch it again.
Yeah.
And what
Well,
is your score?
I think they basically take a good like 5 minutes to explain everything. So
Towards the end.
yeah, at the end, so all the stuff that kind of leads you in a certain path and then subverts your expectations and turns around and there's the twist. I don't think there's really anything throughout this movie that's like an Easter egg or a hidden clue to lead you to believe that the movie is about what it's about until they tell you what it's about. And they slowly reveal stuff, and they reveal it pretty adequately. It is a fun movie, so I'm not going to give it a 1 because I'm like, there's no way you'd rewatch this. But I'm not going to give it a high score because there's nothing you're going to catch in a second viewing that you're not going to catch in the first viewing. But it is fun enough to kind of watch it again. So I'm going to give it a 2 cattle prods.
So, along the same lines, I thought it was a fun movie. I am a big sucker for summer camp movies. I think they're just so much fun. Did we watch one?
That's because she got into a white van when she was in summer camp, but it didn't turn out the same way.
Which one was the one that we just watched that was also very like summer campy, and he had all the, and I thought it was the one was the bad guy, but it wasn't. It was a slasher. It was fun. Anyway, so
I don't remember.
yeah, I just love a good summer camp movie. Yeah, so I would probably watch it again just for the fun of it, and for that reason, I will give it 3 poison hot cocos out of 5. So that is making my final score a 9 out of 15 poison hot cocoa.
Yep, and I have an 8 out of 15, which, again, it's
Average,
yeah,
kind
we
of.
both scored this as slightly above average. It's a fun
It's
movie.
a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
I wouldn't.
Again, we watch movies with, especially horror movies, obviously, with such a critical eye. And I think a lot of horror movie fans do. And again, the big thing to me that this movie had going against it was the obvious need for the events as they played out in the first place.
See, okay, so we
Like-
are very.
They've been running this operation for years and years and years and years, yet the best way they figured out how to do this is to sedate kids with hot cocoa and cattle prod them.
And hoping that they don't
And
wake up in
just
the middle of the night.
cross your fingers and hope that everything goes okay.
No. So we are pretty critical of when we watch horror movies because we like, kind of analyzing them and figure things out. But at the same time, just like I was telling him just this past week, horror movie fans, we go for it. You tell me, hey, I just watched this horror movie and it was so much fun. Go try it, and I'll be like, sure, why not? Because that's what we do. We kind of like whatever. I'll watch anything once. But yeah, once we do watch it, we like to be critical, and we like to figure things out.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
Talk amongst yourselves.
You okay, honey?
Ooh.
Is it too much drinking?
No, I just burped up some stomach sauce. That hot, spicy stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta wash it
So
down with some
poetic.
moonshine.
So, with that said, guess what time is it?
What time is it? Game time.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
So, we are being lazy again today. We are going straight to our
Horror movie trivia,
horror
and
movie trivia.
you can play along at home
Okay, so
or in your car while you're driving.
please don't. We do not endorse that. Absolutely not. If you do want to know what game it is that we are constantly playing, it is called Horror Trivia Game Outset. I guess Outset is who made it. Yeah, that's
It's a pretty cool, pretty fun little game.
It has some really good questions. That I'll say that.
I was looking for some basically like a camp themed horror movie quiz, and I was looking through some stuff, and I'm like, she's not gonna know any of it.
We're gonna do 3, 4, or 5.
Well, we'll do 5.
Okay, we'll do 5.
See, this is why I need my glasses now.
Okay. And as always, he can start.
And as always, I'm gonna be the wiener.
The wiener.
Okay, directors.
Oh boy, I am so bad with names. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, I'm gonna.
If you know that you already had that card, don't ask.
Let me do my job. All right. Okay, this is gonna be an easy one. What is the only horror film directed by Stanley Kubrick?
Oh, The Shining.
Okay, you get that card. See, I gave you an easy one.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I shall give him a hard one.
Do these glasses make I more smarter?
No. Oh my god, how many times am I gonna get that one?
Well, you're gonna need to pick up another card then.
I did.
No. Like, now you only have 3 cards.
Yeah.
We're doing a 5-card game.
Okay. I
Wow.
swear, we have to really
Just
go through
pick a
this.
card.
Wait. Let me just do this.
Each card has 4 questions on it.
5.
5, even better.
Okay. Oh, directors.
Okay.
Directors.
All right. I got
Okay. Whew. Filmed on a budget of $35,000. What movie? Ah, dang it. What movie directed by Damien Leone grossed over $400,000 worldwide?
Terrifier.
That's yours. Okay.
Okay. See, I am going to ask you stuff on the. Okay, Scream.
We already did that.
I only asked you 1 question. Okay. Another easy one. Who directed the original 1996 film Scream?
Wes Craven?
Yep. I gave her the easy one.
Oh. Ooh. Evil Clowns.
Okay.
Oh. What can't sorry. What can't do after he puts on the clown costume in the 2014 film Clown?
What can't what do?
What can't, the name can't
Okay.
do after he puts on the clown costume in the 2014 film The Clown?
He can't take it off.
He can't take it out. By the way, that was such a fun movie. The
I
Clown.
want to make sure you're reading that correctly.
I did.
Kent.
I said.
No, you said can't. You're like, what can't do? Kent.
I can't
They're
say
2
it.
different
I
words.
can't say it differently. They're both the same to me.
Kent.
It's Kent. I cannot say it any different. You say Pilar.
Pilar. Legendary Scream Queens. Let's see. What Scream Queen is stabbed, then tossed over a balcony in Scream 2?
In Scream 2?
Yeah.
Corny Cox?
She was also killed in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh,
At the parade.
Shoot. Scream 2.
Well, she was killed right outside of a parade, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. But Scream 2, she was killed and thrown over a balcony.
And it wasn't, no, because Courtney Cox was still in.
I'm giving you like all kinds of tons of hints.
Is it the blonde chick?
She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer with her future husband.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, I'm giving you way too many hints.
Wait. I know who she is. I can't remember her name. Hold on, because I really like her. It's the girl from Legally Blonde. Right? It's not her.
Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah.
No, it's not Reese Witherspoon.
Oh. It's not Vanessa Shaw. Was she in the other movies? Final Destination movies?
No.
Damn it! Who?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I will be keeping that card. Okay, go ahead. Well, there's either a feral cat out there or a child's being tortured.
Oh, I hope it's a feral cat.
Hopefully it's a kid.
Okay.
No.
Ooh. Bear.
And it's agitating our dog Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Bear, it's okay.
How does this is 2010's horror.
Okay.
Okay. How does the curse in the 2014 movie It Follows get passed from one person to another?
From banging.
Give you an easy one.
Okay, so I have 2 cards left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cult classics. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to try and find one that is going to get you. That's way too easy.
Oh, come on, give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
In the 1991 film, The Evil Dead?
Okay, yeah, that checks.
Okay, no. Okay. All right, this one is going to be so easy. What John Carpenter film sees a strange fog sweep over a small town in Northern California?
The Mist?
Are you sure you don't want to read
Okay. The fog.
Yes. I'm like, what strange fog? And you're like, The Mist. What strange fog sweeps over in a foggy manner in a foggy town? The Mist. The Mist.
Okay. Saw. What puppet, often seen on a tricycle, delivers Jigsaw's chilling messages?
Oh, God, I have to name the puppet?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know the puppet had a name. I thought it was Jigsaw.
No, well, that's the main
I know.
guy.
I didn't even know the puppet had a name.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Sir Hax-a-Lot.
No. You give up?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Billy the Puppet.
Billy the Puppet.
I will keep this.
I
You know
think
what? Actually, I need all the cards so that I can type them up.
I think they just made that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one of your favorites, A Quiet Place. Okay. Do. What city is the setting for A Quiet Place Day 1?
Los Angeles.
No.
Oh, fuck.
I'm not giving you another chance. I gave too many chances. New York.
Oh. It was one or the other. It's always either one or the other.
Okay, I think I get one last one, and this is the tiebreaker. We each got 3. I think. I don't know.
Oh,
We don't
God.
keep track.
Okay.
Just ask.
Oh, okay. We recently watched. This is for Five Nights at Freddy's. We recently watched part 2. Let us know what you thought about that one. Five Nights at Freddy's. What are the What are the animatronic mascots possessed by?
The spirits of dead children.
I'll give it to you.
Well, that's what it was.
Or the ghosts of murdered children. I mean, it's just
Seriously.
okay.
Seriously.
So are you the winner?
Hot dog, I am a wiener.
He is the winner of tonight's trivia, horror trivia.
So, did you guys get any more than we did?
Give me no. Give me them.
I highly doubt it because we're the experts.
We are not. We are not the experts, but
I am more of an expert in like the super like obscure
I am not
movies.
Yeah.
I've seen like one Friday the 13th movie. I've seen like one Saw movie.
You're a disgrace. Anyway, so let us know if you watched Marshmallow, if you think it sucked, if you liked it. Let us know if there's any movies out there that you would like us to review. We did get some recommendations. We actually got a new request for Funny Games. It's a German movie from 1997, I believe. So we will be doing Funny Games from 1997 soon.
We've done well, we just previous to this did The Empty Man.
Yep.
And
Yep.
before that, we did Weapons, which we were going to do anyway, but we got a recommendation for it. So, if you have a movie that you genuinely want to know about before you go see it, and you want us to see it, or you just have that hidden gem that like only you love, and you want us to see it, and you want us to tell everybody else about it, because of course we have them. You know, everybody has got their hidden gem, whether it's a band or a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
You have your little thing that you love. You know, tell us about it, and we'll review it, and we'll tell you if we love it as much as you do. Because if it's a hidden gem horror movie, we want to know about it if we haven't
And
seen
we want
it.
to give you a shout out. So
Yeah.
the next shout out will go to the person who gave us the recommendation for Funny Games 1997, the German version, not the one with Naomi Watts. And we'll be doing that. Also, there are lots of new movies out in the theater coming up. I am looking forward to watching Primate, although I don't think we're going to be reviewing that because that's in the theaters now.
Really?
Yeah, they actually come out it came out January 9th, so we're already late.
It's okay. We can still watch it.
I am really looking forward to that. They calling it the new Cujo, whatever, but
I guess we'll see.
yeah. Also, we are doing TV shows. We might be doing the new upcoming season of From, so we'll do mini episodes of that.
Yeah.
So
Right now, we watched Welcome to Derry.
we are currently watching Marianne, which is a couple of years.
We watched Yellow Jackets. We're waiting for the final season of that. Yeah, and we're watching. I saw it a couple years ago, but it's a really cool French series called Marianne. And it's
very popular.
Really creepy.
Yeah, it's
really
very
creepy.
popular
Highly recommend it.
among the horror fanatics. So
Yeah.
if you are one of them, let us know. We can do a little mini review. So I guess that's
with
it.
that being said, I think recommendations for this movie. I think if you have Shudder, Like, don't go subscribe to Shudder. If you're a horror movie fan, you should have Shudder anyway. But don't go subscribing to Shudder just to see this movie. But if you already have Shudder, check it out. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like transcendent. It's not like super super great, but it's got a cool little
fun
twist to it, and
It's a fun watch.
fun movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Go
And
go
again-
into it thinking, just want to have fun. Don't want to just kind of want to unplug. Don't want to think about it too much, and just have a good time with it.
Yeah. Again, follow us on all of our social medias and
No wait. I'm going to do it. That one over there. Okay.
okay.
And with that being said, thank you everybody. Check us out where you check out your podcasts, and thank you very much. We love you guys. Spread the word, and we